The trouble with updates is if you don't do them every day, so much happens that you miss out on. And so I'm just gonna do the best I can. This is the best I can. It's the end of the day. I found out that my not health insurance, it's a health sharing ministry, so you can figure that out. If you're a believer, you can go figure out who it is. There's 3 of them, and I think they're the smallest of them all, but they've been awesome. They're absolutely delightful, but they have requirements. And as it turns out, if the doctor will not claim that, I named my tumor Watson, but they won't claim that Watson is cancer, then they say that it's a benign tumor, then the ministry can only share supplements for 120 days. Now, my supplement cost monthly is nearly $2,000. It's maybe just a hair over. And there is no way that I can afford that on my own. So we have arrived at a perfect place for God to do something miraculous. Because come September 21st, all the supplements are cut off. And there's no way I can afford it. And so there are things that I can afford that I can continue to do, but all the supplements aren't one of them. So I'm praying about that, and this is what it brought me to. So I just kind of want to step back into memory lane for a moment. Back in 2012, I went to Israel to assist in setting up a church. And in the course of it, we would put together meals and then take them to the beach in Tel Aviv, Israel, and feed the homeless. Now, the homeless people there, they were homeless because they had fled their countries like Sudan and Eritrea and Egypt and sought asylum in Israel, which they could sort of stay, but not legally. They couldn't work, but they could stay, and it was kind of complicated. But most of them only got like 1 meal a day, and it was typically provided by the church. And so we would go and feed these meals. In the course of going, we would also bring medical supplies. And there was a time when a young man, very handsome, tall, handsome-looking young man, as he walked up, and he kind of had a sock over his face. And I'd been friends with a lot of these men, because they'd see each other each week, and this man was new. And as he removed the sock from his face, you could see a line that was cut from his temple, or crown of his head, all the way down through his nose, through the center of his nose, and through his lip. And so when he'd talk, his lip would open, and you could literally see the cartilage inside his nose. And I know, yeah, it's graphic, right? And the thing about it is, the Lord spoke to me and gave me direction in this. Because all we had were a little bit of ointment and some Band-Aids and some Q-tips. I mean, it was like the bare minimums of medical supplies. And as he walked up, God reminded me that he healed the blind man by simply spitting in the mud and putting it in an eye. He also reminded me that he fed 5,000 with a few fish and some loaves. And so as the man walked up, I said, I believe that my God can heal you. Do you believe that my God can heal you? And he said, why, yes, I believe. And so, utterly astounded, I prayed for him. And then we used the Q-tip and the ointment and the little bit of tape and put all this goop on. And quite literally, I mean, he got a meal, and so as he was eating, all the tape came loose and it was starting to fall off. And as he's walking away, I just thought, Lord, I know you are capable. I know you can do it. And I believe you will. And so that was it. He left. Now, the next week, the man came back, and I hardly recognized him. I really didn't. I mean, he walked up, and I was so shocked. I was so amazed, because if you took a pen and drew a line down the center of your face and through your lip, That was all that was there. There was a scar, and it was barely visible. And he walked up, and he was just smiling, and he said, "Oh, brother, the Lord healed me." It just blew my mind. Not because I didn't believe that God could do it, but that I was witnessing the miracle. And so today, as I found out all of the news that supplements are cut off, my hope isn't in a supplement. It's not in a program. It's not in what people have created and done. But I have done all of this in faith, and I will continue to do so. I'm in the sauna in faith, because the Lord said a fervent heat, and so I do, and I'm going to continue. But as far as the supplements go, I don't know. Where God guides, He provides, and so as He guides, maybe I'll find a way. And if He doesn't provide, then I'm going to trust that He's going to do the work of healing after I've done the legwork of preparing. I think that this is day 480 now. And so I've done a lot of preparation, eating all organic food, all purpose to get good sleep, purpose to get good food, to learn, to grow, to share. And I'm not the least bit afraid. I know my God. I know He loves me. Amazingly, I do have to say that the tumors, they're shrinking. Like, they're smaller than they ever have been. Even the one inside, it's soft and squishy. So something has happened. And all of the days that the Lord told me of have been fulfilled. So I don't know. Maybe you get to witness a miracle with me. I'm delighted and excited to see what happens. The only thing I don't have is fear. I know my God, and I know He's a good God, and He's using this to draw us together, to glorify Himself, to magnify all that He is and is working. And so, may God be the glory. I don't know how this is going to all work out, but I know He does, and I'm very excited to share that. And so with this, God bless you. I hope you have a delightful day in the Lord.